what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be.
Alright, is that better? That mount was fighting me, so I had to do some adjustment. Anyways, checking back in, people. How are we doing today? I hope everybody is having a fine day. It is turning into a fine day over here, even though the last couple of days were kind of shady, but yeah, we're doing good now. I was going to record earlier going down I-20, but my windshield was covered in bugs, and well, I believe I'll clean that windshield first. You know, and this mount keeps moving on me. It's driving me nuts. Come on now, work with me. Alright, well, I'll have to do that for now. But yeah, stopped there at the TA, cleaned my windshield. Now we are proceeding towards Lubbock, Texas. If you haven't been there before, well, you're not missing much. Some of you may think otherwise. Let's see, I took the load down to Dallas. I had one drop, and they didn't do too bad on the first drop. You know, they kind of got me out in time and everything, but they scheduled the second drop pretty close to the first one, like an hour. What was it said there? An hour and a half after the appointment of the first drop. I was like, man, that's pretty tight. But now I know why they did it, because anyways, my appointment was at 7:30. It was 8:30. I had a 9 o'clock appointment at the other drop, all the way into Dallas. I'm like, well, there's no way I can make it, you know, not by 9. So I let everybody know, you know, I called the receiver, left them a voicemail. Of course, they didn't answer. It was a voicemail, so I left them a voicemail. Told them, well, it's going to be after 9 o'clock because I'm still here at this first receiver. Let my dispatch know, and I'll get over there about 10:15. Walk in to check in, and you know, they're just standing there. They won't get up and see what I want. And so, you know, I start to move that little piece of wood that's by the opening on the window. You know? I was going to ask them, you know, am I going to get some service here or what? Am I going to get checked in? So I started to move that piece of wood. That lady jumps up, runs over there. She grabs that piece of wood and she moves it back to the opening. And I'm like, what the hell? If my finger would have been in there, she would have took it off, you know? And then she opens it back up and says, "We are closed." And I'm like, did I hear you right? You said you're closed? Yes, we are closed. We close at 10 o'clock. And I'm like, let me get this straight. You're a grocery receiving company and you close at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, well, I had an appointment, you know, at 9, but, you know, it was 10:15. And she said, sorry, we're closed. So, I let my dispatch know what they said. And, well, I don't have any other choice. You know, I had like 2.5 pallets left of their stuff on my trailer. So I had to stay there overnight. I had to stay there all day till the next morning, which put me back which I lost a good load because of that, going down to South Texas. But I go in there this morning to check in again, because they made me my appointment at 9 o'clock, and they said we are very strict about early deliveries. I already saw that sign on their window, and they're in the office, so I knew not to go in there too early. So I stroll in about 8:20 to check in, and my appointment's at 9 o'clock again. She recognizes me right away. She says, I tried to get a hold of you yesterday. I sent an email for you to come back in. I'm like, really? I said, well, I didn't hear anything about it. And anyways, she says she tried to get me back in there, but nobody let me know anything. And what happened was probably she may have gotten in trouble for turning me away and didn't know how to get a hold of me when I was outside the whole time. Outside the facility. I stayed the night there. There was enough room for other trucks to park, and there were other trucks parked there that were staying the night, till the next morning. So, yeah. We tried to get a hold of you. We sent an email. I'm like, well, yeah. Probably should have called somebody, instead of... These companies like to send a lot of emails, and nobody reads them, But that's been my last 2 days. Besides that, it was a good paying load. I lost a day on it, but I'm not going to cry about it. I can make it up pretty easily. I think I am making it up already, because instead of that 2-day load down to Houston, I got a 1-day load to back down to Dallas. So if I could get something, and I'm already lined up to pick something up the day I drop that, so I know I'm making up for it already. So hopefully that'll work out right. I've been to both places before, Another load back to the oil field on the back haul. So we'll do that. Maybe we'll get something else besides, the Dallas area this next time. Not this time, but the next time we go back to the plant. Right now we are headed towards the plant where we're carrying a load of animal feed. More than likely some dairy cow feed or horse feed. So more likely dairy cow feed, because I'm going to a cattle feeding facility. But the day has turned out pretty nice. It's a little bit windy, not too bad. I'm still getting pretty good fuel mileage, even with the wind going. Right now I'm getting 7, and it's shooting up to 8.5, almost 9. One of these. I have my cruise on right now, so I run with my cruise control on when I can, because if it's not in construction or raining or inclement weather, I'll run with my cruise on. Now I kick it off when I'm going uphill, because it'll just keep hammering on it when it's trying to pick up speed. So, but that's why they have the resume on the cruise, right? I use the hell out of that cruise resume button. Yeah, there's some windmills, but I finally broke down and got me a dash cam. Can you believe that? I'm so behind in technology. I got my first cell phone. It wasn't until somewhere between 2006, I think it was 2006, when I got my first cell phone. And I don't know how long they were out. They must have been out 10 years before that. But I'd never had a cell phone before then. And even then, I got just one of those flip phones. Nothing special, My last couple of phones have been smartphones. They help out. when they can, you know. But yeah, I got me a dash cam. I might show you guys, do a video on it. I might do a review. It's a Roav. So some of you may have an experience with a Roav, and some of you may have not. That's why I like this one, is I can add a bigger SD card. It came with an SD card, so 8 gigabytes. So I liked it because of that. I liked it because it has some built-in Wi-Fi. I can download video to my phone through their app. I just need to connect to the. I just need to turn on the dashcam Wi-Fi and download the clips. But I need to get me a bigger SD card. This is only an 8 gigabyte. I think I want to go for the 64 gigabyte. That way I'll have more clips to download. That's what I noticed on the dash cam when I went through it, is that whatever loop time, it also has a loop. You can do a 3-minute loop or a 5-minute loop, and whatever loop time you set it for, that's the size of the clip that it makes, and it'll just keep making more clips until it runs out of memory, and then it'll start over. I guess it erases the first clip that you make. But anyways, I'm gonna try it out. I like it because it has Wi-Fi. It's easily downloadable. I've already connected to it through the app they gave me. It's pretty simple. You just download the app, turn on the camera Wi-Fi in the settings menu, and it tells you the information to put in to be able to do that. So pretty simple. But one thing I noticed though, that when you don't need the Wi-Fi, you should turn it off, because it'll kick your phone back on that Wi-Fi if you have it on. And I was trying to look at my navigation, because I do navigation on my phone. I don't have a big, expensive Rand McNally or Garmin, you know. I just do it on my phone, you know. Hell, I've been practically all over the country anyway, so I kind of, you know, I look more at the Atlas than I do the GPS, because I mean, that's the way I was trained to do it. That's the way that we used to do it over the road. Is, you know, you look at the Atlas, you write down your directions, you know. And I do look at the GPS. It's easier, it's quicker. I do go, but I double check it. I always double check my GPS on my route. And if I don't know my route, I double check it with my Atlas. All right. I'll make sure my Atlas is a step above my GPS, in my opinion, and that's in my work and my routing plan. Me personally, my Atlas is above my GPS. It is the boss of my GPS. If my GPS says, okay, you need to go here, and my Atlas says, no, you shouldn't go there, then I'm going to listen to my Atlas. I'm not going to listen to that GPS. And I double check my route. If I don't know my route, I'll double check with my Atlas. But most of the time, I know my route. I know what route I should take, but I double check my GPS. If it's turning me off on a wrong road or something like that, you know, I'll make a mental note of that. Not to go where that GPS is going. It's telling me to go at that certain spot. Yeah, I mean, if you're new to driving, or I was going to say trucking, but trucking, yeah, if you're new to trucking, be very careful. Do not pay attention to that GPS, because a lot of times it is wrong, okay? The GPS does not know when construction is going on, for one thing. It doesn't know where the barrels are laid out. It may be telling you to turn on one road and that road is completely blocked off. So don't pay attention to that. Always double check your GPS. And if you have an atlas, which is a good thing, you should, if you're not sure yourself, you should double check it with your atlas. And I encourage everybody, even if you don't have a Class A CDL, to carry a laminated atlas in your vehicle whenever you drive, because a lot of families take spur of the moment trips. You know, you need something in there to navigate. You need a navigation tool besides a GPS system. GPS don't get me wrong, GPSs are nice to have. It's a cool little technology, all right, but it's limited. It's limited to human beings programming it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They just don't automatically know everything. They are limited to the information that human beings put in them. So if they don't put enough information in them, then they're going to do the wrong thing sometimes. Anyways, keep that in mind. I know a lot of you guys will agree with me on the GPS thing. A lot of you won't. Some of you may have used my GPS before. If you have, let me know how you like it. I'll probably do, like I said, a review on it. I'll see how I like it. I'll try to download some clips, see how they turn out, see how this little thing holds up. But so far, she seems to be doing pretty good. But we'll see. It's a little early in the game yet to be giving her a grade. We will watch her. We will work with her. We'll try to improve her. And we'll see how she does. And I'm talking about my dash cam, not the GPS, just in case I misspoke. Yeah. But anyways, I'm starting to ramble again. I just thought I would come on here and do a short clip. I have some clips on my phone that I need to put together to make a few videos. So I might be doing that tomorrow. I might be putting another one up. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. You don't know how YouTube works, like or subscribe if you want to. But if you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Participation in a video is what they look at. So if you can like it. If you want to dislike it, dislike it. If you want to leave a comment, throw in a comment. I'd appreciate it. And you guys have a good night.